business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host, Travis.
And I'm Arletha.
And as always, Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance. Here at On Point Alliance, we provide diversified scope of services with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary service. To learn more about those services, just scan the barcode at the top of the screen, or you could always visit us at www.onpointalliance.com.
All right, everybody. We want you to tackle the week like a boss here with us on Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. So I want you to level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes and who want to share their experience in both personal and professional leadership development. So regardless if you just starting out or already in the game, this is your compass towards success. So if you like how that sounds, scan the barcode at the top of the screen and don't forget to click the notification bell.
I don't know. Hopefully everybody's had a great Monday. It's been a long and short. First half of the day was long, I think. And then the second half wound up speeding up quickly. And then we're here. But overall, it was a good day.
This was a wonderful Monday. And I think for me, it was because we prepared on Friday to make sure that this week was as productive as possible. Last week, I was offbeat from our regular routines. And I was just so determined for this week to go a certain way. And I just believe in if you prepare, that gives you more, it equips you more to pivot with things that's out of control, out of your control. And so I was able to make sure that the requirements were in place for this on Friday, Saturday, and I started Sunday off right. I didn't wait for Monday, but Sunday was the first day of the week and made sure that the week started off the way I wanted it to. So I could face anything this week.
I would say my hat's off to everybody who has to do meal prepping by themselves. Meal prepping is a job.
Yes, it is.
And I'm just grateful that I'm blessed to be able to do that with you, because I'm thinking about folks that's doing, and they doing it every week. People are meal prepping, but they're doing it by themselves. It's like the cutting, that's a job.
And we got some good food this week.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
But it made it go so much smoother because we know our roles. I know my role. My role, I know my role. I clean and cut vegetables.
Yeah.
And it takes a while.
And you cut them, so y'all, when he cut bell peppers, they all the same exact size. The onions, all the exact same size.
It's a name for that, ain't it?
So he's a really good chopper. And he allows me to be great.
I do.
And creative. And we had I think it was like a master plan with
it really was. It's smooth. It just make the day go so much easier because you know what you're gonna eat. You just come and grab it.
And the way I did it, y'all, it's like a variety. So real quick, so this is the first tip for this week. So what we did was we chopped up all our veggies, right? We baked some chicken. It was like chopped chicken and then the fajita shaped chicken. Then I wanted stuffed bell pepper. So we got some rice with the ground beef, and then we got regular rice because I'm a soup person. And so if I want some soup, all I gotta do is grab everything, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this over in there, throw it in the microwave with some broth. We got hamburger patties that I made, so we can make some hamburgers. I baked some bacon, so we can throw some bacon on top of there if we want it real quick. So all this stuff is like pre-made, because we typically don't do good with leftovers past 3 days. But the way we did everything, we can have fajitas. I make these pizzas from scratch, and then literally take 5 minutes to whip up. So we got pizza, soup, hamburgers, stuffed bell peppers, stir fry, all with the same chopped up vegetables. And we don't have to get bored, and we ain't got to count no calories because everything is within the boundaries of what we're supposed to have. So it was brilliant this week.
We be minding our business, y'all. We be getting together. We're gonna go ahead and hop in on these announcements.
All right. So anyone that's looking to get into business that's flexible, self-paced, has a low startup cost, consider a fingerprinting business. I tell you guys all the time, if you follow the show, Google, I don't care what state you're in right now, Google fingerprints near me. And I guarantee you there are a limited number of providers in your area. So we're like the DMV. They have to come to you, okay? So if you have to get fingerprinted, your employees have to get fingerprinted, you're in the trucking industry, you're in the insurance industry, you're a notary, I don't care what industry you're in, for one reason or another, people either need the fingerprints or you should be fingerprinting your people, right? So scan that barcode to learn more about our fingerprinting boot camp. And if you're not trying to start a business, you just want a certified, trained fingerprint technician in-house, which saves you money, time, and resources because you don't have to send your people out. We can get them trained as well. Scan the barcode to learn more.
All right. Those of you who have not had the opportunity to go ahead on and get your copy of The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer, go ahead and do it now. This is an awesome book. As Arletha always say, it is the first hybrid of its kind. There are 8 great collaborators that was involved in this, including yours truly and hers truly. We talk about everything from overcoming invisibility, overcoming the diagnoses, overcoming codependency, overcoming obesity, overcoming past trauma, overcoming sex addiction, overcoming the loss of innocence, and overcoming a sheltered childhood. Listen, thank you to everybody who has purchased this book. It is a recipe book. Our stories are the recipes, along with real life food recipes for each of our stories. Mine just happens to be sweet potato pie, because I'm.
Don't swallow that hard while you say sweet potato pie. That was so fast. You said.
Because I ain't had no pie and I can taste it.
And you swallow like you can taste it.
Don't do me. Don't do me. Anyway, go ahead and get your copy of The Secret Recipes of an Overcomer. Yes. You will not be disappointed.
Listen, this book got worksheets, workbooks, journals, activity pages.
It has all of it.
And with Travis' recipe, because his story is talking about relationships, well, we know sweet potato pie is one of those relationship foods, whether it's friends or family celebrations, right? So each food recipe is inspired by the author's story. Okay, so get your copy. You won't be disappointed. And the last I will mention as far as books is my inaugural book, Encourage, Strengthen from Within. It's a cute book, but it is not only for girls, okay? So this book helps you challenge yourself to evaluate the issues of your heart, assess the perceptions, motives, and intentions of what you say you believe. Because y'all, we say one thing, but we doing something else.
We looking weird out here.
And we the first one, somebody say something, but they act in another way. It's like, come on now, it don't match. And when somebody show you who they are, believe them, right? Well, guess what? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Okay. Renew your mind through the word of God and embrace the real you. Get your copy. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, we're on the road. You want to go ahead and do this one?
Yes. So the 30-day challenge, guys, scan the barcode up there where it says August challenge. Get your free copy of this symbol of promise, y'all. I'm telling you, a lot of work went in intentionality, work went into this book, okay, this journal. And what this journal is going to do is, some of us are is having a hard time incorporating us on the priorities list. Okay, we are seeing and all the things are right before us, and we're getting lost in the shuffle.
Mhm.
This symbol of promise is going to help you prioritize you, first of all, help you manage your emotions, help you um with your scatterbrain, you're all over the place, kind of help you focus so you can get some things done that you know that you need to do. Go ahead and scan the barcode and get your free copy while it's free.
You might as well do it.
All right, guys, and our last announcement. So, those who have been following us on this show, my symbol of promise right now is the sunflower. And right now, I'm all things sunflower. And just because of what the sunflower represents, and that's just where I am in this space in my life. So I created a sunflower affirmation journal. Is $9.97. Regular price is going to be $29.99. Is an instant download. And what's in y'all is beautiful. It represents all ethnicities of women. It has a 24 and 25, 2024, 2025 calendars, some beautiful artwork in there. Is a lesson on the sunflower, 11 empowering affirmations with journal pages following each one. Guys, you won't be disappointed. Go ahead and download your copy. After August, I'm going to have one that caters to everybody. But right now, this one is focused on the women. So, and it's beautiful. I'm really proud of this. All right.
All right. So it's about time for us to go ahead and get this road on the show, because we had such a great episode the week before last. And we just figured we might as well just keep it going. She's here, y'all. She's back.
Ring the bell.
Without further ado, come on in, Miss Delphine. How are you? How are you?
Outstanding. How are you all?
Wonderful.
We are outstanding as well.
Thank you so much for joining us again today to drop some more nuggets and knowledge on our viewers. Yeah, if y'all missed it, you gotta go back and watch part one. Okay. And so she can show in there, she really talking about how she can help you get your life together if you in this industry or looking to get into trucking. But we're gonna let Travis finish his thing, because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I get excited when I have heavy hitters like this on the show.
Listen, we are, and we want to make sure that she has all the time she needs to get into this.
Yes.
Because it can be very exciting, especially with business-minded people.
Yes.
Just the what you call it, the possibilities.
Yes.
You know, just enough to have you filled with optimism about, hey, if she say I can step into this, she's doing it.
In 90 days.
Come on now. It's
in 90 days, what? I know.
Maybe we can make it happen. And also, I don't know what happened to my barcode, not my barcode, the website. So I may need you to do that for her as well.
Okay.
So just so we can get caught up, because you were here with us a week before last, Miss Delphine, I want you to go ahead and start and just again tell the people a little bit about yourself and what do you do, and then we're gonna hop in and let you do your thing.
Fantastic. Hello. Once again, thank you so much for having me. I am Delphine Foster. I am the owner of Six Figure Trucking Academy, as well as Delphine Transportation Group. I have been first and foremost, I'm a trucking industry expert. I've been in the trucking industry since 1996 as a trucking business owner, and I still run my very own trucking business to this very single day. And I'm actually in my office right now, wrapping up a day of trucks running.
All right.
Awesome. And we're so excited. I don't know with what you told us, are we able to celebrate that? What you did today, that was a major accomplishment.
Oh, sure. I was able to, well, I'm always working knocking on doors, making phone calls. And today I got a new contract. I was able to actually sign the contract. So to God be the glory for that.
That's what I'm talking
That's what
about.
I'm
That's
talking
them
about.
contracts.
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
listen, I'm excited to see. Now I know you, so now I get to watch this God's
Yeah.
growth as you grow and grow and grow. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Do me a favor. We need your website again.
Mhm, mhm.
What is it?
www.sixfiguretruckingacademy.com.
Okay.
There
Six
you
figure
go.
trucking.
Academy.com.
Uh-huh. .com. All right, we're gonna put that
We'll
in
get
the
there so we can
yes.
get it
All
up
right.
on the screen. So we'll go ahead and hop into our first question for tonight. So as let me see. Am I on the right one?
It doesn't matter. You can go ahead.
Okay. So basically, what we want to know as your business grew, what strategies did you implement to manage the operational challenges of scaling up? And can you share any tools or systems that were game changers for you personally?
Yes. First and foremost, if you are not an organized person, if you plan on running a trucking business, you may want to learn some organizational skills. I was not an organized person at all. And I had to learn and learn quickly because if not, you'll spend all day looking for a piece of paper or someone's calling you saying, where is this or where's that? So
Mhm.
organization is the first thing that I had to implement. So it may sound like something that's really simple, but it wasn't. You have to implement tools that can help you become organized, and another thing is that I'll get back to the tools in a minute. But the second thing that helped me as I started growing was I learned that I'm not going to do this by myself. I cannot do all this by myself efficiently. So I learned the art of hiring virtual assistants. So let's talk about some of the tools that I use. First and foremost, I learned to use a TMS, which is a trucking management software. So in there, I can put in, whether the truck was maintenance or you put in a TMS, you put in your truck information, your load information, your driver information. So therefore, I would get an alert if one of my driver's license is getting ready to expire in 60 days, or if someone's up for a drug exam, or if the truck needs an inspection or the tags is about to go out, or if we haven't gotten paid for a load yet already and it's been so many days. Just that one thing, a TMS, literally saved my life and saved my business because it gave me alerts. I was
Mhm.
Delphine proof. I've always had to learn how to Delphine proof my life and my business. And so a TMS was the number one thing that helped me get organized and really stay on top of things because when you're running a business every day and things are moving really fast, things can get by you. So a TMS was the most important thing that I implemented and as I was growing my business. And then, like I said, hiring virtual assistants. I hire overseas virtual assistants. They're able to work around the clock, and it's at an affordable rate for whatever phase you are in business. And so that's the other thing that helped me.
Wow.
Awesome. Those that follow us, do y'all see what I've been talking about for the past year and a half? She said a TMS, trucking management system. We've been talking about client management systems
Oh,
and task managers.
Hmm.
I don't care if you're selling peach cobbler, candle, bundle. You have a technology business, trucking, fingerprinting. Guess what you need to do? Manage your business. It's going to help you with time management. It's going to help you make the most of your spend. You're paying people. You don't know who's doing what. It's
Right.
helping you just in her having this TMS. Guess what? It's allowing her to do better serve her clients, right? So if y'all pay attention, we're not just telling you to do things just to either spend more money or stay busy. I don't care what industry you're in. Business is business, and your business really. You saw James was on before her for the month of July. He has the same thing, and he's in real estate. Okay, y'all heard her say she hired virtual assistants. We talked about outsourcing because you cannot do all the things. You should not be doing all the
Right.
things. All things are important, but the fact is they are not equally important.
Hmm.
Okay, so pay attention. we can't get away from it, no matter what we talk about or what industry we're sharing. So I just wanted to point that out. So go look if you're just now joining us and it's your first time watching the show. This is episode 61. Okay. I need you to just go on YouTube or go on our Facebook page and just start watching all of them because we've been giving you the keys to running a successful business since day one.
Right. And another thing, you never know what's coming down the pipeline again.
Right.
It's always good to put yourself in a position like Ms. Delphine said in the beginning. If you're a person who is not organized, then don't count yourself out. Just develop those skills, to be able to time management skills, put some time into yourself.
Or hire somebody who that's their superpower because you might pay them anywhere from $4, $5, $10, $20 an hour. Even if you hire somebody here in the US and pay them $25, $30 an hour, guess what? Your time, it'll cost you more to do that same administrative task than hiring somebody to do it. And you can go do what she did today and focus on signing the contracts, right?
I'm loving it.
Awesome.
So regulations in trucking can be a headache for a lot of business owners. So how do you keep up with all the challenges and what advice would you give others trying to navigate through the red tape?
Excellent question. First of all, we have to remember that all trucking businesses are ran by the FMCSA.gov, and that stands for the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. That means it's ran by the government. So the government is always making changes. You will never get to keep up with all of the changes that they're making unless you're always watching or the legislation. It's impossible to keep up with all of the changes. I just say give yourself grace and do the best that you can. But once again, Delphine Proofing, it's a company that is called J.J. Keller. I'm no affiliate with them whatsoever, but they've helped me a lot. And you can get free things from them. You can get free trainings or updates. And once again, it's called jjkeller.com. I even have a great big binder that they'll send you absolutely free with all kind of regulations for every aspect of running your trucking business. And they will also send you updates as things are updated. So that's just one of those resources that you should not be trying to live without if you're wanting to run a trucking business. And the company, once again, is called JJ Keller. And everything I'm telling you is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything.
You say Keller with the K?
Huh? With a K. Mm-hmm.
So that's JJKELLER.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
For free.
Thank you for that clarity.
Absolutely.
Resources.
But continue on.
Yeah. So those are type of resources where you try to keep up to the best of your ability. But once again, when we're talking about regulations, you have to remember if you have that TMS, you already know, like you have when your driver's drug screens are due. So they changed the regulations around the whole drug thing. They implemented a new clearinghouse. I mean, the government is always doing new things. But I will tell you, in defense of the FMCSA, the people that work there are nice people. They have a chat button, and they're over in DC, but they're open till like 8 o'clock at night. You can just log on to fmcsa./axchat. And you can get a live person on the line and you can ask them if you're confused about something or if you don't know something. They're only open during the week, but still, there's still ways for you to do your best to stay ahead of things. But like I said, it's run by the government. For me, it's absolutely impossible for me to keep up with all of the changes that the government is always making. Every now and again, the FMCSA will send you out a letter, but you just do the best that you can.
So we can be prepared for our boardroom bliss. Give us the words for FMCSA again.
Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration.
All right. Thank you so much.
So for those who did not watch last week, I want us to pause and tell everybody exactly what it is you do and about your services and how they can connect with you.
Okay, absolutely. Well, first and foremost, I own a trucking company. I own my own semi trucks and my own trailers. The drivers that work for me, I hire the drivers, and we make local deliveries here in my city. So that is my trucking business. I know there's different versions of trucking, but that is my version, and I run it every single day. I also have a school, which is Six Figure Trucking Academy. And it's where I teach you how to start your own trucking business. I have a 90-day to trucking program. I can get anybody's trucking business up and running in 90 days or less. You can reach out to me on the website, which right here is sixfiguretruckingacademy.com. Or you can find me on any social media platform and just go to my link tree in my bio and just schedule a call with me. I'll be happy to jump on a complimentary call to tell you a little bit more about what I do and to show you how a trucking business can fit into your life.
And how many people or women have you helped thus far?
254 to date
Boom.
in 4 years.
And listen, she didn't take a course and regurgitate that on everybody. You know, like everybody got a course, right? And then it's white label and you can PLR it and then just selling it. You don't know jack about that industry. Tell them how long you've been in this industry.
Since 1996, every day of my life.
Okay, starting with how much? $400.
I started my trucking business with my welfare check, which was $440. So I had a $440 welfare check. I live on Section 8 housing and I got food stamps. And I made a decision to use my $440 welfare check to start my trucking business.
Come on now.
Okay, no excuses. Hit that website up, schedule your call, see what you need to do to get positioned to have your six-figure trucking company.
Wow.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
We are doing very well. We're at the half point of the hour. We're going to go ahead and hear from our sponsor at this time. We're going to hop right back in with Ms. Delphine. We're going to talk some more about this trucking industry.
Yes.
So we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Arletha and president of On Point Alliance, where we help our clients maintain the integrity of their identity through fingerprinting and background screening services. We offer a diversified scope of services covering everything from personal review, pre and post employment. So regardless if you need background screening for a power of attorney, a certification or licensing in another state, or if you're a business owner looking to screen new applicants or monitor the criminal record of your current employees, we've got you covered. We have established our reputation by earning our clients' trust through delivering accuracy and efficiency. We would love to be your preferred fingerprinting provider. To learn more about how our services can be your solution.
All right, we are back. Y'all ready for the second half? Hopefully you guys have been doing us a favor and sharing this broadcast tonight. Let everybody know that we're on. Miss Delphine is giving us some golden nuggets and she's trying to help us, trying to help you help yourself.
Yes.
So now you help somebody else. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe. Please do that. So I'm gonna let you ask the next question. Okay. So here's the next question, Ms. Delphine. All right. So the trucking industry has always been competitive. Just so we know, if we see a lot of trucks out there, there's a lot of people that say we've met quite a few people. How do you differentiate your business from others, and what do you think sets successful trucking companies apart from all the rest?
Okay. Well, first of all, you have to remember that it doesn't matter if you have one truck or you have 100. You're still considered a trucking business, and you're still governed by that government agency. So just remember that. So you can't cut corners. So whether a driver is going to work for a major company or they come to work for you, they still need to be treated with respect and dignity. That's the first part. You want to treat any business is built on relationships. Trucking is no different. And I think what sets apart the companies that actually make it and do good, the ones who keep that in mind. They treat their staff decent. You know what I mean? It might not treat them like family, but at least treat them decent. Let them know that you can't run this business without them. And the same thing with your clients. Your word is all that you have. Mm-hmm. Keep it. Your word is all that you have. So you want to do good business. You want to have an honorable name. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, you go. You're perfect.
And so let's see. Was it?
Yeah. So with that, what would you say the key to attracting the right driver?
That is a good question.
Okay.
Nah, I know that's a good question. Look at it.
That was
Okay.
a sore spot. Where the fan at? Hold on.
Right.
I'm actually looking for another driver right now as we speak. So that's so funny. But because I was telling you all, I help so many women start trucking businesses and they're not in the trucking industry. And the best advice that I give them is that try and find someone who has the same value system as you.
Okay.
That's the only way it's going to work. Because if you hire someone, I'm not saying you can't hire someone that doesn't have the same religion as you, but at least the same respect level. You want to make sure that it's someone that you can work with on a daily basis. They have the same value, period. They preferably they honor the same thing that you honor, because it's going to be really hard to have a good communication with someone if the respect levels are totally different and they don't honor the same thing that you honor. I mean, and that's just how it is, especially being a smaller trucking company. You figure, so sorry about that. You figure you have to keep in mind that any truck that you have has a potential to make $250,000 a year, which is $250,000. And the person that you're hiring is responsible for you getting to this goal of making $250,000 a year with this truck. So you certainly want to make sure that it's someone that you can work with every day and they have the same, close to the same lifestyle as possible as yours. And that's what I would highly recommend.
Okay. So, and I'm not in the industry, but just from a business standpoint, I can imagine incentivizing the drivers could be motivation to not only attracting someone that have the same values, but incentivizing to them to retain them and maintain those good drivers. How does that play a part in how you approach your drivers?
Well, I can only speak from my experience. And I learned that a lot, the money is not what they're after. You would think if you pay someone a whole lot of money, that's going to make the difference. There's going to always be another company that pays people more than what you're paying. So I don't, that's not my basis with people. Like I said, my incentive is I already know if someone's coming to me because they don't like the big companies, they don't like the bureaucracy with that, they don't like to be harassed and called a million times a day by the dispatchers, then I'm certainly going to let my girls know. Look, he is not like that. He doesn't like this, or he doesn't like. I'm gonna make sure I cater to what it is that they do like.
Right.
The incentive, because if you're making double what they're making somewhere else, and they're absolutely miserable because dispatches call them 100 times a day, they're just a number. No one cares about their days off or their time home with their family. Then they're not going to stay no way. So that's how my incentives work for me. Of course, a monetary throughout the holidays, and we always take off the week after Christmas. I always make sure that that's a free week and that sort of thing. Yeah, that. But I learned that I can't never outpay someone. Elon Musk might have a trucking business and pay people 3 times the amount. You know what I'm saying? And they over there. So that's what I do.
Okay, that's finding someone. I think that goes in line with finding someone with the same values. Because when I say, I guess on a surface level, incentives would automatically mean money. But like for with On Point Alliance, I hired a young lady who she was making way more money with her previous employer. However, she came to us. I saved her money on childcare because she can bring. I gave her. She had her own office. She can bring her child to work. I saved her money on her cell phone bill. She had a gas card. So she actually, if we added the money up, she was making more with the savings that I was able to provide by catering to her needs, respecting what she had going on,
Right.
her understanding the dynamics and the need of what we had, and we could function as a unit. Everybody is winning, getting what they need, and not feeling like they're giving more than what they're receiving. So for us, incentives is not necessarily money, but it is, like you said, those holidays. And because with us, it was times where, and if any of my team come in not feeling well, hey, what's going on? What do you need? Because like I don't want you coming in here and you didn't do 5 heads. Let's talk about what's happening. Do
Right.
you need to do this and let us do that? What do we need to shift roles? You know,
Exactly.
I talk about something called bench strength. I don't believe that. Can you hear us okay?
Yes.
I don't believe that I should be the only one know how to do anything.
Right.
Travis should know how at least to um, carry us until I can get back in position, and vice versa. So we can always win. I need to know how to do what Travis does, even if that's not my primary function, so we can all just constantly uh, stay afloat, and don't have any disruptions in our operations because I'm the only one know how to do 10 things and he only know how to do one. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So with that being said, those incentives, and I'm just not in the trucking industry. However, like I said, business is business and certain things is universal. And so I can see how and why you would be as successful as you are because of your core values. We even talked about that, your company values and the culture within your
Right.
organization, you
Right.
know.
One of the things I can say to Miss Delphine, I was listening to what you were saying, made me think about when you say a lot of them not doing it for the money. When you think about the whole driving on the road, to me, those guys are a different breed of people. I know I could not do it. Not everybody can do that over the road. It
Right.
can be very, very stressful because of the fact that I handle calls and deal with drivers all the time. I think it's amazing that you uh, will deal with your drivers based off of the individual person. That says a lot when it comes down to holding somebody and retaining an employee,
Mhm.
because for them, no, it's not about the money. They have to safely get that stuff there. Sometimes they have to, of course, they want to get there safely, but there are deadlines, and they have to be there by a certain amount of time, and it can be very frustrating on the road, even in having a conversation with them. So just by you saying that, that is a huge thing that to me that stands out as far as with you actually taking the time to inform your dispatchers, hey, with Mike, we're not gonna do a whole bunch of phone calls with him. This is how he flows. So this is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna let him reach out unless it's an emergency. But I think that
Right.
is so key, in you saying that I deal with people as individuals, and you showing them that you actually you actually respect them. Who wouldn't want to leave? Who would want to leave?
I'm proud to say I have drivers who've been with me for 7 years, since I first moved one of my companies out here to Texas. But if I can interject also another thing, two more things, if I may.
Oh
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a local trucking company, and sometimes locally the drivers can be. I mean, the days can get really, really, really long.
True.
I have a CDL. I will go in a New York second, catch an Uber to the warehouse where they are, get in the truck so that they can go ahead and end their shift, put them in Uber, and send them back to get their car. I mean, just
Wow.
respecting their time, their people. You know what I mean? Like, you have
Right.
people have to keep that in mind when you're wanting to have a trucking business and wonder, what is it going to take to make people stay with you. And the last thing, if I may, I'm sorry, I know we might be running over. um,
No, you're
No,
fine.
you're
We are in
fine.
perfect timing. So
but
share what you have
communication
on your heart.
communication is everything to me. So like we were saying, like Mike doesn't like to be called all the time, but from day one Mike is going to meet me, and Mike will know, I understand you don't like phone calls, but if I call you, you need to answer. You need to call me back right away if you can't answer, if you're not safe to answer right now, because I'm not calling to shoot the crap or anything like that. If I'm calling, it's because I need you now.
Okay.
So just the communication, so everybody's on one accord, everybody got that same level of respect, and we ready to go.
I love that. And see, that to me is what creates a dream team. And I just believe in we can't just always play defense. You win a game with defense
And
and offense.
Mhm.
And with what you just expressed to me, that's how your team is playing defense and offense, being able to, they're doing their thing, but in the event you need to get out there and relieve them because they're human beings, you being able to pick up and go and carry the load or whatever the case may be, that's what makes you as successful as you are. And this is why people I talk about all the time, we cannot measure what we have going on by what somebody else have going on. Because first of all, in most instances, we're not starting from the same starting line. One. Two, we're not working with the same level of work ethic or
This is
integrity.
true.
Okay. We may not be starting with the same level of either capital or knowledge, because in Ms. Delphine's situation, she didn't need a whole lot of money. She figured it out. So she had
Right.
brain power. And with the grace of God, she was able to figure some things out and help over 200 something women do the exact same thing without having to have millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. But at the same time, it doesn't matter where you start, it's what you're putting into what you have and making the most of it. And if you go look at the previous episode, she talked about how just one truck and how to get a truck, and where you don't have to have, in my mind, I did think you gotta have
Yeah.
A1 credit, shoot, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a truck. And she's like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, you don't have to do that. Okay. So listen, go to her website, schedule your consultation. As you see, she's all things trucking, all things trucking.
But that's the other thing that I want to say impresses me about you too, Miss Delphine. Listening to you last week. For one thing, well, let me start by saying this, y'all. Miss Delphine has a unfair advantage. Okay? Look at her face. She has an unfair advantage. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. I know y'all want to know, and
I
I'm
want to
sorry.
know.
I'm sorry I gotta bust you out, Miss Delphine, but you got an unfair advantage. This is unfair advantage. You hear her tell her story. Welfare, $400, food stamps. The unfair advantage for her is who her dad is.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
See, her father, the way her account is set up with her dad, is that whatever little she has, when she remains faithful to her, because that's what he told her the requirements were, that she had to remain faithful with the little that she had, and that he was gonna touch it, he was gonna bless it, he was gonna make it much. That's her unfair advantage.
Yes.
And so what now? This is what I'm impressed about. The reason why I can see that you're still so sharp. You talking about 1996 is when you started this. This is the thing. Would you say that because of the fact that you have not lost touch, you not only are you teaching people how to do this, but what you say is because of the fact that you still hands on, you're still involved. Would you say, would you accredit that to
Absolutely.
how you popping them off like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
I
can show you how to do it because I can show you how to do it because I'm still doing it.
yeah.
So for us, or for something like us, how's she gonna help somebody do that in 90 days? Because she has mastered her craft.
Yes. Yes.
And it's so funny because, like, when it comes down to projects or getting something done, I can, all I really need is more than likely about a good 2 weeks, depending on the project.
If that.
And if that, because the way my brain is wired, it don't take me as long as it'll take an average
Me.
person to
Say
do
that
something.
part.
And I'm meeting business owners that, before I got accepted into a program called Goldman Sachs, since I was a small business, since I was in cohort 23. And that's when I learned. I thought that it was people that made more money than me. They've been in business longer than me. They are part of franchises. They have a huge following. And when we got to the operations of the course, that's when I saw. I'm like, not judging, but I thought what I did was normal. That being a business owner, if you knew how to do certain things naturally, and you don't get overwhelmed, or things that were overwhelming them didn't overwhelm me. The way my brain thought, it was like some of it was new news or was made them emotional. It just didn't have the same effect. That's how I came out of it. Like, hey, this is a superpower,
Right.
because I thought that it was just normal to me because it's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I just always thought I was organized, and it's not that. So to hear you say, "Listen, I can get anybody business up and running," or y'all, and she didn't mention on this episode, she don't just get your business up and running in 90 days. She stay with you for two paychecks. right?
Mhm.
I do.
So you gonna get that first check, and then you gonna make sure you get that second check to make sure you don't have questions. Then you can go to whatever mentor option she have or whatever. However, this is not just something she do, and she says this is all I do. So she's not split with. She have a trucking company. She's selling candles. She's selling bundles. She doing all the things. What's the word you say you are?
Monomatic.
Monomatic. Okay, the trucking is what she do, and that's all she do, and she's great at it. That's
Love
what
it.
makes her an expert. So go to her website, book your consultation. Don't say we didn't tell you.
What is this? What is this? Okay, so somebody's sitting here, they're saying, "Man, I've been thinking about getting into it, but I didn't had a couple of my friends, and they all dealing with those brokers and factors, and I didn't heard some of the stories, and I don't know about all that. What you gonna say to them, Miss Delphine, to help them to go ahead and make up their mind? Does it have to be that way? Do they have to deal with those big mega machines?
Absolutely not. Just because that's how they choose to run their business, that's their business. You don't
Mhm.
have to run your business like that. They're choosing to work with brokers that is giving them heartache. You don't have to do that. I just said I just signed another contract today because I got in my car and I started driving around and knocked on doors. So they're my direct customers. So I don't have to deal with brokers. There's many different ways to run your trucking business. But just because you're seeing multiple people doing it that way may work for them or it may not work for them. You don't
Right.
have you don't have to do that. It's low
Wow.
hanging fruit. Brokers are low hanging fruit.
And see, some you said something there. You said it may be working for them or it may not. Some folks ain't got sense enough, and yeah, some folks ain't got sense enough. I meant to say it in that order, okay? To know when something is not working because they're used to busy chaos, and to really stop and acknowledge this is not working sends them into panic, and then
Mhm.
they go into depression because they feel like they're failing instead of having the understanding that we need to always be assessing what we're doing
Right.
and making the necessary adjustments
That's right.
and not feel like we fail because something is not necessarily, this was not the most profitable thing, this wasn't the best approach to this, or how about I need to change some of my behavior
Right.
that's costing me money, time, and resources
That's right.
because I look like a boss on social media. I look like a boss because
That
I'm
part.
the one that the family know got the most money. So I gotta keep putting on this air, what they call imposter syndrome. And for real, I'm stressed out, overworked. I really want to quit my business. Technically, I ain't really making no money. Yeah, I brought in seven figures, but I ain't got no. I barely got $3,000 in my bank account, but I can't tell nobody that, right? So this is why you got to be real with yourself, connect with someone like Miss Delphine who can help you make sure you have a solid foundation of your business. Connect with Mind Your Business Monday to go back and watch the different episodes because each show we're giving you firsthand information. Nobody can watch this episode and not know what to do. She didn't tell you where to get free trucking resources. She didn't give you her information. I like to do a summary so you can't say you didn't have what you it may have went over your head. You got free trucking resources. She gave you, you got her website to get in the industry. She done told you some things that she's doing, of systems that she have in place,
Mhm.
some best practices that she have in place, how she's interacting with her employees and how she's interacting with her customers. All of that you could take away and make some necessary adjustments or either put these things in place.
Right.
Okay. So you cannot say that this show wasn't packed with value. Just those things alone she could charge you for. Okay. And but if we giving this to you tonight on this show, go to Six Figure Trucking Academy. Also, Travis, go to the consultation. For those of you who may not necessarily, right here,
This one.
no, this one. Those of you who may not be in the trucking industry, however, you have a business, but you're struggling with your operations. What we've been talking about for the past year and a half. I am offering a free 30-minute exclusive offer for you for Operation Strategy Discovery Call. You may be struggling with streamlining your processes, implementing systems, resolving conflicts or with your clients or even your employees. You just need help with a strategy. You're all over the place, okay? Scan the barcode, schedule your free consultation with me. So that way, now listen, don't waste your time scheduling if you're not in business already, because I probably will overwhelm you because we're not just
She will.
talking just to be talking. This is someone who is in business and you are struggling with organization. You are in business, but you finding yourself spending more money than you're making because you don't have certain things in place, or you have a hard time pulling yourself out the equation so you can go do what Ms. Delphine said, get out there and door knock, but you stuck in the office checking email. Okay? Schedule your free consultation. So again, this show has been loaded, and that's my commitment to you as our viewers, to make sure when we log off you have some actionable that you can go and do. Okay, rewind the show. She called off about three different websites for trucking. We couldn't catch
Mhm.
them all that fast. Okay, take advantage of the resource that you have right now. What they utilize your resources.
Utilize your resources.
Utilize your resources.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not going to. I had another commercial. I'm not going to it. That's what I want to do. So, Miss Delphine, you started in 1996. You've been in business 1 year longer than Arletha and I have been together. We're talking 27 years we've been together. 28 years you've been in business. I need to hear about the time after you started. I need to hear about the time that you thought about, did I bite off too much?
Mhm. Yes. I've had those times. I
Okay.
promise you. They were so bad, I actually went out of business several times. But I fell flat on my face. But I had a thing where I promised myself I wouldn't be out of business no more than 30 days. So I
Come
might
on.
cry on my pillow for 29 days, but the 30th day I always got up and I went
Come
back.
I love
on.
it. I love it. I love it.
I promise you. But
See?
I never felt like I bit off more than I could chew until I moved my business to Texas. So I'll be very honest with you. These folks was a different breed. Oh Lord. Um, I'm yeah. And that's when I really struggled with my trucking business, was when I moved out here. Just because just the people were just so different. But I'm not gonna badge Texas or anything like that. But those were the times where I really had to re-examine some things.
Mhm.
Like, I probably need to move my, not that I need to go out of business. I probably need to move my business somewhere else. But I'm hanging in there with the Texas thing. I'm hanging in there. It's been 12 years now. I've been here in Texas, so I'm hanging in there. But yeah, but like I said, I've gone out of business 7 times, and of course, no, I don't talk about those times very often, but I will. But
Mhm.
like I said, each time I went out of business was because of a mistake that I had made or something that I overlooked by moving too fast. And it was every time it was the government shut me down. So that means I overlooked something, or it was a regulation, like you said. And one
Right.
time I got shut down because I didn't have a lock on the box for my driver's files during an audit. And another time is because my $24 payment didn't go through for the drug consortium. Like, they put you out of business just like that, like on the spot. Like, so I've been out of business a couple times. And so, like I said, all thing you can do is just really process it, cry, kick, scream. But I promise you, I'd never let 30 days hit and I'm not back in business.
See,
Man.
that's my attitude, baby. Back me up in the corner. I'm telling you, I'm getting out of it. Okay? That's just me. I'm getting out of that corner. I don't have time to be doing a whole lot of whining and crying about it. Yep, I'm crying and moving. I'm crying and fixing. We got to figure this out. And where else do you hear someone that hands have managed millions of dollars verbally say, I put out of business 7 times? This is because we're boots to the ground in what we do, and we're going to tell you the truth. Yeah, it's glamorous. Everyone wants to see the shiny object. But baby, let me tell you, when everything was dusty and we had to go and clean that thing off, and we wasn't glycerin and glittering at that time. But because of our determination and who we are and how we're built, failure is not an option. I shared in previous episodes, I quit using the word overwhelmed because I'm like you. I never feel like quitting. I don't have quit in me. Now I do operate in wisdom and know when to back out.
Okay.
But in my mind, that's not a quit. It's
Right.
okay, that's the end and go ahead and move on type situation. But it was at one period where I was loosely using the word like we all do. I just feel so overwhelmed, overwhelmed, overwhelmed. The first thing was, okay, if you can't handle this, stop praying for more.
Mm,
That was the first thing Holy Spirit said to me. Second thing was, if this is too much, how much is your capacity really? Because you're saying that you want more and you keep creating this thing. So are you a busybody? Or are you operating in faith or fantasy? The fantasy of being a
Mhm.
business owner, or are you a legit business owner?
right. Right.
Okay. And then when I start to really assess where I was, I went and looked up the definition overwhelmed. It's like to feel defeated, want to give up, feel overtaken.
Was it
I
you?
never felt that.
Right.
Like it was a lot. So now I would say I feel deflated. Balloon floats and then the air started to come out and may get lower.
I
And the
like.
balloon can still be blown up, but on the ground, it just didn't have enough air to float, but it still have air in it. Sometimes that's how I feel.
Okay.
But then Holy Spirit come and say, don't allow what you feel to
Override
override
what you
what you
know.
know.
Mm,
He be walking us
So
through.
yeah, I don't get to do a whole lot of whining that most people get to do. We like, girl, get your butt up. What are you doing? Okay. Get up, come on. We ain't got time for this. So what you just said, I never allowed 30 days for me being down, baby. On that 30th day, I'm back up and running. That's my
and
attitude.
everybody better watch out.
Listen,
I'm coming for what's mine. Yeah.
Looking up there.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I hear all the time this Delphine, when people do find out, they hear about how long my wife and I have been together. How y'all do that? Oh, I just wish I could do that, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, y'all don't do this. Y'all don't. I was like, listen, like any business relationship, because there is love in marriage, but it's a business too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And you have those times where it's rough, but you make the decision that I'm in this
Yeah.
and we're in it to win it. We're not in this to fail. That's why I'm grateful that the
No
Lord.
exit strategy.
And do you know right there? I thought you almost scared me. We told each other in the beginning, we said there are no exit signs in our marriage.
Me and my husband just had this discussion last night. I've been married for 9 years. Of course, I had my business almost 20 years before I met him.
Mhm.
I always ran my business as a single mom. And I still run my business by myself because I wasn't looking for a business partner. I was looking for a spouse. I can, period. But anyway, but he and I, we were just having a talk over the weekend, and that was our thing. We got into this thing. We know it's no exit strategy, period. Like,
No exit because
God has that say so. What day is the exit strategy?
there
That's
you
the only
go.
person.
There you go.
We remember 9 years.
We do remember that.
Still
We,
honeymooning, huh?
Right,
and
right.
we
We
had
2 years
to
away from three of those.
listen. We had
No,
to
it's 4 years.
just like you stated in your business, you set the boundaries and we grow. You grow in business, but the Lord wound up giving us the pass model.
Yes.
And it's the same thing, not only in our, we would have said on several episodes ago, not just in business, but you could apply that pass model to every area of your life, including your marriage partnership.
Let me share what PASS is. Prepare, act, study, and shift.
Prepare.
Prepare, act, study, and shift. Make the plan, whatever it is.
Prepare,
That's yeah, that's prepare. Act, implement it, do
execute.
all the things,
Yes.
execute it, right? Study is where the game changer mentality kicks in because now we're shifting. I'm sorry, studying.
Hmm.
We go into it already allocating the opportunity that this may not work.
Right.
That way we don't waste time misallocating our emotions on failure mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Because most business owners, we start with faith and ambition. We don't really have much knowledge. We just know how to do the thing, right? So this is our ticket out. It has to work. It has to work. So when it doesn't or look like it's not working, in most instances, we're unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go into it allocating, this may not work, so I'm assessing it.
Right.
Now I shift, which is the last S, PASS. I shift. I make those necessary
Adjustment.
adjustments.
Keep
I
it
had to get
pushing.
shut down for 29 days, baby. On the 30th day, I made those adjustments, and they better watch out. And I
Right.
don't care if it happens 7 times. Each time I made the adjustments and governed myself accordingly. Okay.
That's right.
So now I shift, make the necessary adjustments, and after I make those adjustments, guess what I go back to? Peace. Now
Yep.
I'm back at prepared those things
To
that I
do it
need to make
again.
those adjustments. And now I'm gonna act it out. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna shift. I'm back at P. I'm gonna prepare
Constantly.
constantly. So you never fail as long as you PASS.
And as long as you know when a situation come up, just like the word of God says, if it's rough, this too shall pass.
Yes.
Everything we come right back to it every time. If it's a hurdle, and this too shall pass, because we're gonna keep repeating it, we're
And we're
gonna
gonna
keep
keep
working it,
learning.
we're
We're
gonna
gonna
keep
keep
learning, we're gonna
understanding.
keep growing.
So we're gonna keep growing. So I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how bad it got,
Mhm.
baby. And it's something I always ask. I don't care if I mentor somebody or even with myself. Something that happened and I tell and I'm talking to him how my day went. What do I say? Next time,
Yeah,
moving forward, what I'm
moving
gonna
forward.
do is this, da 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 da. I don't beat myself up if I made a misjudgment, which I don't make a lot of those. Every so often, I have a misjudgment, but sometimes I don't factor in all the things, you know. So how would I have known
Right.
that this was going to happen if I didn't know that that was going to be a thing? So now moving forward to avoid that. So then I go and implement that. Oh, I'm going to learn something else. Okay, now next time I'm going to do this different, right?
Hmm.
And that's constantly. And when I tell you, it's just a place of peace that's undescribable.
Yep. Yep.
It's undescribable. So listen, we have a past workbook available. If you go into our website, www.nybmlive, go to our website. You can download the past workbook. You can get the 30-day challenge there. You can connect with us, subscribe, because we're in the process of putting together a Patreon group. And we'll tell you about that later because we run out of time. But you'll have access to many resources, including partners, individuals that believe in our community who want to be of support to you. So we'll talk more about that on the next episode.
Yes, we will. So I tell you what, we've been so inspired by Miss
Yes.
Delphine for being our guest again tonight on Mind the Business Monday. And I hear it again. The word of God says the righteous man falls 7 times. But
Hey.
hallelujah. It don't matter. It don't matter.
See?
Come
I
on
got
now.
I get back up anyway. And that's
Yes.
again, y'all, the unfair advantage of having we have the same father. Let me tell you how that's the unfair advantage of a weekend. It doesn't
Yes.
matter. This has been a tremendous blessing.
Yes.
Ms. Delphine, we thank you so much for being with us. Hang on tight, and of course we're gonna be talking to you again on in the green room.
Wait a minute. You're going to be with us next week, right?
Uh-huh.
Hey, boardroom bliss
Y'all
next
know we're
week.
doing it. War Room Blitz. So this means that y'all need to watch the show that she did, what she was on the week before last. Y'all need to watch this show
It's a game
because
show.
we're going to have our game show. We're going to be talking about some of these things. We're going to be talking about the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. We're going to be talking about trucking management systems. Watch the show so you have for your chance to
Yes.
win. Okay. So we thank you so much, Miss Delphine, for being our guest tonight. And we thank you all for watching us. We
Yes.
thank you guys for sharing and liking and all that kind of stuff, subscribing. We want you to know, as always, that success does not have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So in the meantime, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep pushing, keep improving, keep growing.
Yes.
And until next time,
remember
to mind your business. Okay, y'all. And we will see you guys right back here again next Monday.
Tell somebody, mind your business. Somebody and say, mind your business.